Morning, everyone. This is the AM update for March 26th. This might actually be a 2 or 3-parter. There was a whole lot of stuff going on. I'll go ahead and get started with it. The United States has made assurances that there will be additional defense support to Ukraine. This was in the talks during the Polish-US meetings and whatnot throughout the duration of whatever the war would be in Ukraine. Russia's General Rodskoy gave a report to Russian press to present false information, likely for domestic consumption, and the report claimed that Ukraine's air force is almost completely destroyed, the Navy has ceased to exist, and that 1,500 tanks and 35 drones have been destroyed, and that the Russian forces have not hit any civilian infrastructure, instead blaming Ukrainian nationalists for the damage, in what is apparently opposite day in Russia. J.K. Rowling actually replied to Putin saying that Russia is being canceled like she is, and said critiques of Western cancel culture are probably not best made by those currently slaughtering civilians for the crime of resistance or who jail and poison their critics. French President Macron announced he is working with Greece and Turkey to organize the humanitarian evacuation of Mariupol. He's also working with the mayor of Mariupol and Ukrainian authorities, but unfortunately has not yet spoken to the Russians, with France being and Turkey being NATO. I doubt this is going to go well with the Russians. President Biden visited American troops and Ukrainian refugees in Poland. In his speech to the troops, he said they would see the situation in Ukraine for themselves. The White House then clarified that his position remains that no U.S. forces will be sent into Ukraine. So he misspoke there a bit. Russian propagandists on state television were tense with each other when discussing the current situation in Ukraine, trying to find positive reasons for the deporting of Ukrainian citizens to far-off Russian locations. For instance, one panelist said, well, in Sakhalin, the salaries are the highest in the country. The panelists were also upset that Zelensky has not surrendered and that people see him as a hero, resisting the invasion instead of a drug addict. They've acknowledged that Ukrainians don't want to be liberated, and the panelists gloomily predicted that it would take 30 to 40 years of occupation to make them pro-Russian, and worried Russians may tire of the conflict, as societies tend to get tired of military campaigns rather quickly. A memo leaked that was either fake or real, circulating, purporting to be from Russia's Deputy Defense Minister, General Bulgakov, who signed as acting defense minister. In the memo said that it advises officials to pretend they're interacting with General Shoigu and post dated photos of him until March 30th, and separately the photos posted by Shoigu's daughter and her dressed in all black. So there's potential interesting developments, as the Minister of Defense for Russia might not be alive and they're just faking it, but we'll see. President Zelensky addressed NATO, referencing each country one by one, either thanking them for their support or asking them to do more. He looked at Hungarian leader Orban and called him out for being close to Putin, and told him he probably should visit the Budapest Holocaust Memorial to reflect on Mariupol. Part 2 next.